Hello everybody and welcome to my Minecraft weekly snapshot, and this week is 12 week 37A, and there's been a couple of new changes, not too much in terms of sort of worlds, sort of features, but there's been quite a few changes in terms of world generation, but I just want to show you a few things. The first, flower pots are now act a bit more realistic. They are meant to break when you shoot them, but that does not appear to be the case. I don't know whether it's because I'm on creative or... Let's try changing the game mode to survival. I never get my head around that command. But I'm not going to have any arrows, am I? I might do, actually. I know, it's not a valid number. Well, they're meant to be able to break when hit with arrows, but obviously that doesn't appear to be the case. Yeah, well, anyway, moving on. The next thing is, let me just double check the change log here. There's been some tweaks to the wither. Not exactly sure what those are, so why don't we go and examine that. Let's just jump to the nether. It's a better place to battle the wither. Whoa, whoa. Chunk error there. So we need to grab the wither skulls. We need 3 wither skulls. I know I got 4, but well, that's that, I guess. We want some soul sand, and let's build the wither. I want to see what tweaks they've. Oh, and of course it's on peaceful, isn't it? Okay, let's try that again. Let's just do this. Is that a ghast over there? I don't know why this village is in the nether, but... Can I hit it now? It's invisible when you try and hit it until it's fully charged. Charged up with this regeneration effect. Whoa! Does a lot more damage now. It flies off. You appear to follow it, I believe, unless that's some sort of knockback effect. Then it becomes immune to arrows. That's been in for a while. Did it drop the nether star? It may well have done, but it fell in the lava. I can't see anything. Maybe it's just a few bug fixes to do with it. Did it drop in the nether star? No. So either it fell in the lava or it's not a guaranteed drop. Yeah, that's kind of the tweaks to that. There's nothing else to mention in terms of the nether. At least I can't think of anything. So I think we're all but done here. Let me just double check the change log. Yeah, we're done now in the nether. So, moving swiftly on, there's been a couple of item sprite changes. Let's just set this time set day. So let's get the day again. There's been a few item sprite changes, and I noticed this mostly in the foodstuffs. So as you can see, the carrots have all changed. The bread, the pork chops, they look a little more realistic than what they did before. The melons and the cookies don't appear to have changed. Neither has cake or mushroom stew. The chicken's changed. The fish appears to be the same. And yes, pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie has now been indeed added. Those of you who follow Jeb will have seen that he has added pumpkin pie. So finally, pumpkins can be given a use to be eaten. So let's just get rid of some of this stuff. Essentially, it restores 4 meat pops, and you need a pumpkin. Kind of obvious. You need an egg, and you also need some sugar. An overlay's just come up on the corner of my screen, and I don't know how to turn it off, by the way, guys, so I'm sorry if you can see that. I caught a button there. Okay. Yeah, crafting table. So, you get a pumpkin like that, an egg like that, and the sugar underneath, and that gives you pumpkin pie. And you can just eat this by right-clicking. It's stackable up to 64, and it restores 4 meat pops, so I think it's just about the same as what a pork chop or a piece of steak would do. but it's obviously stackable, so it's kind of a better option than mushroom stew, especially if you have a lot of pumpkins in your map. So pumpkins didn't really have a use much before. Let's just fill that in. So yeah, that's kind of everything in terms of pumpkin pie that's been changed. That's been added. Something to do with pigs. I'm not going to demo riding a pig again, but they did fix the, well, I wouldn't say it was a bug, but they did add the ability whenever you reach a block, it will now jump up the block if you are dealing with pigs. So that's a neat little feature, so you can actually now properly ride pigs to your heart's content. You can jump up blocks, and it provides a good method of transport. Moving swiftly on from that. Okay, so we've done the item sprites. The leather armor has now a non-dyed layer. Now, I don't know what this actually means, so I'm just going to grab some dye here. And we'll see what that actually means. I don't know whether it means you can have both. It says it has a non-dyed layer, but I don't know what that actually means. Is it just that... well, I guess it's just it looks the same when dyed, I suppose. Actually, all of the leather armor textures, I think, have now been changed. I'm not sure if it was in this week's or last week's, but let me just run you a search. As you can see, all the sprites have been changed in terms of leather, apart from the actual leather itself, as the item drop. So, yeah, that kind of covers that. Now, we've obviously had... Okay, so let me just see. This is quite an interesting feature. This is why this pillar is here. Let me just get this. Let me just grab... No, I don't want a creeper, actually. I want a... Let's grab a skeleton. And I'm going to have to change my game mode, aren't I? So... Well, I have this diamond pick. What's that got on it? Unbreaking. Not really efficiency, but essentially... Oh, okay, he was burning. I wonder what that was all about. It's probably not going to be the best time to do this. So let's do this. Let's set it to night. Night appears to have changed a little. Let me... well, I'm going to spawn a skelly here. And he won't come off, essentially, like that. But he will jump down now on hard difficulty. So why don't we just set our difficulty to hard here and change my game mode to game mode 0. And if he notices me, hello, he will actually jump down just like that. They become a bit more daring, essentially, is what it's meant to mean. But they will jump down any jump that will not kill them. So if you're an adventure map player or an adventure map maker, then this might be a feature for you. So yeah, that's just a small change. I'm just going to set it to day again. Just because it's a sheer pain. It seems to be that either the lighting has changed or the way sand looks has changed. I'm not sure whether that's just my computer or my settings. I don't actually know. It might be just that I've got smooth lighting on, but it looks different. Okay, so that covers that, and I think that is just about everything. Yeah, just one more thing in terms of this stuff. The one more thing that we have got is the clear command, and it wipes all your inventory. So as you can see, great for clearing junk out, removing 238 items. So it's sort of like an inventory clearer, essentially. So that's really, really handy. And yeah, there's been a various set of bug fixes that they've done. I hope that they've made mobs more stable and they fixed the whole jump bug thing. I wonder if they've done that. You'll be able to stack up like this, and then you know what? I think they may have done, because it seems that it's whole. Yeah, I think they fixed that, which is pleasing for me to see. So that just about covers everything sort of in game. There's been a massive number of new changes in terms of world generation. As you can see here, I've just got some of my worlds. As you can see, we've got this new button here called Recreate, and what the Recreate button is if you click it, it will enable you to copy a world. So you select a world and then you have the ability to copy it, which is, I think, something really handy for testers, and if you wanted to save backups of your things, that would be really handy to have. And obviously you can change the game mode at the same time. So I don't know, maybe you've made an adventure map and you want to turn it to hardcore. You no longer have to go into MBT edit for that. You just simply copy it, rename it, do whatever, and you have that ability now to change the game mode and indeed just copy a world if you need to. Great for backup purposes and anything else you can think of in terms of copying. Now if you create a new world that is, let's just flick onto creative here, and you go into Superflat, you now have this customize button, and what this essentially does is you can now customize what you want in your Superflat maps. So we've got some presets here. You've got Tunneler's Dream, Water World, the Overworld, Snowy Kingdom, Bottomless Pit, and the Desert. Classic flat as well, but the classic flat is just what you've had before. Now essentially what this is you can set your own as well if you really want to. You can click on things, remove layer, add layer, and do whatever you want, but this is great for adventure map makers now, so you can do all sorts with it. I'm just going to jump into a preset because I don't fully know how this works. Why don't we just use preset here? What's that? 230 stone, then the dirt and the grass. Let's just click done here, and then let's just create a new world. What this does is it spawns you quite high up, but now I have, I believe, just infinite stone all the way to the bottom. There's no caves generated, so if you are a map maker, no longer do you have to go into MC edit all the time and decide that you have to create some new chunks. It will constantly generate these all the time if you want that. Really good for adventure map makers. There's obviously the water world if you want to build an underwater one. There's all sorts of options. So I'll leave you to play with them on this snapshot, and indeed in the 1.4 update. It's really shaping up to be a good update now, and that is just about everything. I'm just trying to go down to the bedrock level and see what I can find down there. I think it's just going to go straight to bedrock. Wow, it does look a bit weird. I don't know why, but it seems that the particles have slightly changed in creative. Maybe it's just that I'm digging straight down, but yep, straight to the bedrock. So essentially you can make your own custom presets of a world, and it can be entirely stone if you wish, with just a bedrock bottom. So perfect for map makers, though I don't think the void fog is still here. That's the only problem. No, it doesn't appear to be. That's the only thing you don't have, is the void fog, if you like to use the void fog, but generally it can be more of a pain than a help. So yeah, that is just about everything for this video. I've covered everything in this week's snapshot as far as I'm aware. I will link you to the changelog by Redstone Helper on Reddit, and if there's any more changes I'll put them in the description. Or anything I've not mentioned here. So if you find something that I've not mentioned in this video, drop it in the comments for me and I'll add it to the missed content list. That's going to help me out a bunch for other people who watch this video. And yeah, thanks for doing everything, for watching this video. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, a like or a subscribe is always appreciated, and I hope to see you next time. And until then, see you later and have a good day.